Last days is the time of deceit where Allah asks, you have eyes but you don't see. These are the days in which to develop that relationship with the Divinely Presence. The only salvation and safety is if we run to the presence of Sayyidina Muhammad. Don't forget that. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. The biggest concern is how to develop that relationship with the Divinely Presence. There are many people teaching 2 + 2, 2 + 2, 2 + 2 but they don't give the answer. And everything from Islam is an answer, every hadith leads to an answer. And if in these days the person teaching is not giving the answer that is necessary for our survival in days of difficulty. That when Allah describes oppression and when you have oppressed yourself, run, jawka, run to the presence of Sayyidina Muhammad. And it's the tenet of our very belief, means that of all the knowledges and all the realities you're going to build off of a solid foundation and it can't be built off of a cliff. So it means when someone doesn't know this key, then everything they built their knowledge on is on a cliff. It has no foundation like quicksand. So the importance of all knowledge, all reality, every type of difficulty is what does Allah want when He tells us to seek refuge. So awliya come into our life and teach that this key and this reality of opening everything is to understand that we have to run to the presence of Sayyidina Muhammad. That is the key and the solution. That our life is to run to that presence, and by running into that presence we are unlocking the key, the most important key of A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Then every knowledge, its foundation will be correct, right? If you pour your knowledge on anything other than that, it's not correct. It has a chance of flipping. There are many scholars who started off talking interesting hadith, but the foundation was never about Muhammadun Rasulullah. So later on you can see then how that knowledge began to deviate and just became like just telling your own stories. And the reality of A'udhu wasn't understood, that the tariqah is to come and say, make no man more important than the presence of Sayyidina Muhammad. There is no zikr, no khatim, no nothing you can do more powerful than salawat al-Nabi. There's no one that you can love if your love is not complete and kamil for Sayyidina Muhammad. And there is no love that can save you if your love is not for Sayyidina Muhammad. Because that which you love that's imperfect is imperfect, so that's an imperfect love. That which has even a drop of ignorance or imperfection is not common and not perfected. And so for every Prophet of Allah He gave them an imperfection. That's why Sharia describes Shafaat al-Kubra. They debate about intercession on a scale on this earth, and they all agree with the grand intercession of the Day of Judgment, when every Prophet will gather their nations and they come to Sayyidina Adam, his nation, and say, intercede for us. I can't, I sinned, I ate from an apple and we fell. How I can represent Allah? I have a deficiency in my account. Go to the one whom is more pure. They go to Sayyidina Nuh, I can't, I actually prayed for azab on my nation and Allah flooded and killed them all. Isn't that the one He's going to intercede for creation? Nabi Musa said, I can't, I hit someone with my hand and he died. And Sayyidina Isa said, oh boy, yeah, I can't, they took me as God. And you don't know it now, wait in a few months when you start hearing about His presence on earth and He start calling Himself God. He's coming, the anti-one, to call Himself a Rabb and Lord on this earth. And Sayyidina Isa's gonna say, I can't, this people they took me as an ilah because I showed too many miracles which was against the adab of Sayyidina Muhammad. So khuluqul azim is then the key for all realities. And that's why Allah then teaching, قُلْ إِنِ كُنْتُمْ تُحِبُّونَ اللَّهَ فَاتَّبِعُونِي. You think Allah is speaking to this little dot on this planet and the billion of us sitting here? Or this Qur'an is for all of creation? What sound and what manifestation it has on every planet and every crack and crevice of this entire universe is under the command of Holy Qur'an. Allah's ancient command is a command to all the angels, to all the Prophets, to all the jinn, all the creation. We know and what we don't know, قُلْ إِنِ كُنْتُمْ تُحِبُّونَ اللَّهَ. An ancient order, like, don't come to me, I have no interest in you unless you are fattabi'uni, unless you are following the way of Sayyidina Muhammad. He is Sayyidina Sirat al-Mustaqim. This is our key. This should be the key for whatever you listen to. You listen, say, oh, this is a good speaker. Yes, because Prophet described their tongue in the last days will please you, because their qiraat is perfect, their Arabic is perfect. But don't take because their Arabic is good and you think it's entertaining for you. The words have to match the belief. We're seeing now the whole Arab world what they're doing with Allah gave them of their zaban and their language. They say, we're the chosen ones and we know this language. You know the language, you don't know the deen, what are you doing? You have more Christmas ornaments in your stores than the celebration of Milad al-Nabi. You think this is the place of glitter and glamour and you see it to be, oh so beautiful, let's all go there. But you don't see behind the scenes that Allah doesn't even let them to put their waste into the ground, they have to take it by trucks to take it out. What happens if in difficulty, 4 days of difficulty, who's going to drive those trucks out? They'd be swimming in that. It's all a facade. all the bad characteristics. These are the days in which to don't be impressed by the qiraat of somebody, but go to the depth of the reality of what they're talking, and it should be based on the love of Sayyidina Muhammad. Last days it's the time of deceit where Allah asks, you have eyes but you don't see. So it means these are the days to be careful with our belief. The key for belief and understanding and knowledges and reality is in the awz. If the formula is not telling us to run to the presence of Sayyidina Muhammad, your safety is in the sunnah of Sayyidina Muhammad, in the love and in the khuluq, in the character. There's some who adhere to the sunnah but they're very angry and mean. So it's an ingredients how to bake a perfect love. One must have the pot called Muhammadun Rasulullah. Its main ingredients must be immense love, immense good character, every type of goodness and tolerance and patience.
Insan al-Kamil by author and spiritual guide Sheikh Nurjan describes that in order to be known, the Divine created a sublime treasure for all of creation, the glorious light and soul of the Insan al-Kamil, Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. Vast universes, including every particle in existence, came into manifestation through this all-encompassing ocean of perfection. Order on Amazon.com. Are you ever searching for what zikr to recite for a particular need? We bring to you the Muhammadan Way app, an all-encompassing Islamic guide, where you can find special du'as and prayers, as well as comprehensive Islamic teachings. Download this powerful app now on iOS and Android.
Whatever you're listening to, whoever you're listening to, if the solution is not running to the presence of Sayyidina Muhammad, there is no man on this earth who can promise to help you and save you that he can't save himself. Don't forget that. The only salvation and safety is if we ran to the presence of Sayyidina Muhammad. We want him to be happy with us. We want him to look and say, this mashaAllah, this from my nation, look this ambassador is from my nation. Look how he struggles with himself or herself, he does his practices, he does everything he's supposed to do, he tries his best or her best to have the best of character. Every father feels that pride, and they feel the shame if the child does the reverse and does bad and does bad and does bad. You have to bail them out from everything, bail them out from school fights and school problems all the way until you get into dealing with the police. That's not something that Prophet wants, to keep bailing you out from Allah's punishment. So it's no difference. We understood our life is a reflection. Why Sayyidina Muhammad described that your married life is half your deen, because he says, no, as soon as you become married you're going to understand what ummah means. How your child and family, how you're responsible, how you have to take care of them and keep everything together. Now we understood the immensity of this love. We want Him to be proud of us. We try our best for our salah, all our practices, all our readings, all our recitations, every zikr and every durood and everything that we can do, and then we gain the nazar, then we support. As we support, then we give our khidmat and give my time. All of these become evidence of love. We're not the people, I debate with other people or talk with other relatives that are for a different faith. So, you don't pray? I pray in my heart. Oh, you're one of those. Yeah, I'm good with God, I pray in my heart. Get out of here. There's no love that doesn't expose itself and show itself. Islam's first step was to give your shahada. Why? Allah knows your faith, if He gave it to you He gave it, if He didn't He didn't, but Allah wants you to know your faith. That give your shahada, remind yourself you're a Muslim before you're doing these things. What are you doing? Wake up. Allah didn't need to hear it, Allah wanted me to hear it. Same, why Allah needs my salah? Said, no, you pray because you're about to do bad things. Remember, as soon as you pray, remember I am your creator and you are my servant. And salah is a reminder and tarbiyah, a discipline upon ourselves. It's not for God, it's not for Allah, it's for myself. If I'm not disciplined enough to do these practices, then we understand this is then the difficulty. So we do all that we do for the nazar of Sayyidina Muhammad. Did your zakah, you did your salah, you did all your awrads, you did your salawats. You should have a tasbih always with you. In front of people put it away so they don't have your nafs involved. When no one's around you're doing salawat all the time. Driving doing your salawat all the time. Is there a moment that you think I would die and I wouldn't be making salawats? That, Ya Rabbi, if I get in an accident now at least they find me with a tasbih in my hand praising upon your Divinely Present, because that durood al-sharif is the highest zikr of Allah. So it means everything that we are doing, this is a solution for many emails that are coming in, should I listen to this, can I do this, can I do that? Do whatever you want. If the solution is not pulling us in the direction of Sayyidina Muhammad, and there's not a human out there that can claim to give you salvation, to help you, to lift you, to do anything if it's not involving the formula of the love and supremacy of Sayyidina Muhammad. It sets every love perfect. There's no family member of the Prophet's family that will save you, there's no companion that will save you, and there's no white bearded person that will save you if we don't have the love of Sayyidina Muhammad. It's supreme, it's supreme. Without that love, and that's why the shaykh has to start with the foundation, do your durood, do your salawats, attend the mahfil, attend these associations, because that's the supreme love. That's the love that Allah is only interested in. Allah didn't mention anything else in Qur'an. Allah mentioned this love. Why? Because as soon as we make our salawat, as soon as we make our durood, feekum, He's inside you. Because you made one salawat, the light and the reality of Sayyidina Muhammad is now entering into you. Every reality of Allah's description of Prophet is entering within you, and your heart is actually becoming the Kaaba. And Prophet is the greatest defender of the Kaaba. shahidan, inside you He's witnessing everything. Mubashiran, every emanation and tajalli and blessing is coming from who? Between me and you and Allah. Allah sending you tajallis because so happy and excited about your existence, or that you have the light of Prophet inside you. And Allah's always sending blessings upon that light, tajallis upon that light, love upon that light. You become the lucky recipient of that light. This light and this opening, that the light of Prophet has entered into your heart. He's bringing these tajallis, He's bringing mubashiran, He's bringing Allah's happiness, satisfaction, joy and pleasure. Every tajalli from the light of Sayyidina Muhammad is dressing that servant's heart because of the presence of Sayyidina Muhammad within you. Then when you love Prophet naviran, he's going to tell you, now that me and you, I love you, you love me, I want you to love my family, respect them and love them. Samina wa ata'na, your word upon my head, and you do everything in your life to show that love. You tell me if your heart is filled with that love, immense love of Sayyidina Muhammad, he's not guiding and calibrating for you. And if his love is overwhelming you, he doesn't guide you to his love too. Like a magnet he'll draw you to other Muhammadans. If they're not drawn to you, they don't have that love. When his love overtakes you, you find every Kaaba, you're drawn to it. In all this city they're not drawn to it. If that love is there, you'll be drawn to the Muhammadan reality, because his Prophet inside of you, pushing you and guiding you, directing you. That's what it meant to be muqaddam, that you follow on my steps, my light is in your heart, my love is in your heart. You move where I tell you to move, you love who I tell you to love, and everything about them is a reflection. Guide me, be within me, your light to overwhelm me and command me to keep away from what Allah doesn't want and to do what Allah will be satisfied and pleased with, and the rida and satisfaction of Allah be upon. Because if Allah and I'm moving in the way that Allah's happy and I have this immense love, imagine then your life is a blessed life filled with lights and fragrances. So it means in these days and all these questions that are coming in of doing this and doing that, the most supreme and foundation for everything is the love of Sayyidina Muhammad. Is someone drawing you to that love? Do you feel in your heart that that love has increased? Then good tidings to you, for you are successful on your journey. Is from what you covet of life, of badness and bad character being taken out. For everything that you give of your time, of your wealth, of everything Allah has given to you, it creates a void. And Allah will replace that void with the love and muhabbat of Sayyidina Muhammad. You understand the giving? People think giving is something going to be taken and they fall short in life. But Allah no, your being is like an inventory of garbage. When Allah opens the heart, all that you possess in life is garbage that has no value to your akhirah. As soon as you give in the way of Allah to these servants who talk this reality and they walk this reality, everything you gave from that closet Allah exchange it with muhabbat al-Nabi inshaAllah. Bi hurmati Muhammad al-Mustafa, فبصير سورة الفاتحة.
If money could just grow on trees, there would be no need for this message. Since it doesn't, let us show you where your generous donations are going. We film, edit, and produce weekly television shows of divinely knowledge throughout Canada and the UK, as well as live stream internationally on Facebook and YouTube. Sheikh Nurjan's ever-growing online presence is the result of continuous financial input, and with your financial assistance and participation, this rapid growth will continue. Our Muhammadan Way app is continuously being upgraded and improved, providing an all-encompassing Islamic guide. In addition to the Muhammadan Way app, NurMuhammad.com is a website of immense knowledge and comprehensive Islamic teachings that is updated daily. Your ongoing support also enables a team of editors to compile books of heavenly wisdom from Sheikh Nurjan's teachings. One of our longest ongoing initiatives has been to provide basic necessities to the most in need worldwide, from feeding people in Vancouver's downtown east side to clothing LA's homeless community and supporting a children's orphanage in Pakistan. Your ongoing donations will help us continue to spread the love and example of the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. Become a shareholder in Immense Blessings. NurMuhammad.com/donate.